Ladies and gentlemen, the master and mistress of Surprise, Charles Pierce.
Pick it up. He who catches the rose catches me later. Oh, yes, and I haven't had sex in so long. How long? Well, they're going to have to put battery jumpers on my legs to get me started. That's how long. I am for real, you know, not just a figment of your imagination. I shall deveil for you. Oh, I don't know, tonight. Oh, there you go. Stand up. I think I said that last night. It's the beginning of the week and the moon is getting full. I don't know what's going to happen. Is the makeup all right? I'm using street makeup tonight, asphalt and tile. Keeping with the weather where it's been raining so hard, even the Catholics are wearing rubbers. Oh. Yeah, I do. I feel like a stewardess on a gay airline. GAY Airlines, we go to Gallup, Albuquerque, and Yuma. Boring! Is the dress all right, Audrey, darling? Good. It kept me out of the war. The Civil War. Why, that's right. I was with Grant when he took Richmond. And Richmond loved it. They did it in those days. They didn't talk about it. Oh, I see Tex is back. Well, howdy there, Tex. Nice to have you with us tonight. And Audrey over here, she's joined the jury from Perry Mason. She is Della Street without her pencil tonight. And I am Lieutenant Trag. I'm sorry. I guess you don't watch the Late Late Show, right? There, I shall take the whole thing off and stay for a while. Oh, in a world of caterpillars, you know, it does take balls to be a butterfly. This isn't a comeback, you know, it's a return. 2 weeks ago, I was a bag lady at Grand Central Station. Then I got my little act together. Now I am a grand bag, and this is my Central Station. I used to like those movies, you know, where the girl singer's voice was dubbed in some nightclub scene. So she'd sound like Alice Faye, which was quite odd. She was Alice Faye. Pissed her off. Well, I mean, if you were Alice Faye and somebody dubbed in your voice, well, never mind. She'd step right into her audience and pick out some poor sucker for the night. Want to be the sucker for tonight, dear? Ring around the collar. I've got a theragram for you. If you want to know why, I've a roving eye for every cute guy sitting here. Oh, I just want to try before I buy the bargains and husbands ready to wear. 'Cause a man isn't like an expensive sweater, or department store dress on a rack. If you wrap him up and take him home and then see something better, why, nobody will take him back. So I'm shopping around, just looking where men are concerned. I'm just shopping around. Now a girl must compare men for wear and for tear before she buys. If she wants the best, then she just has to test all kinds of merchandise. You have wax, dear, so while there's a chance, I'm sampling. Oh, yes, I'm taking romance in the smorgasbord way. 2, 3, 4, why not? From the last organ note that Mendelssohn wrote to the guy in whose arms I'll be found, I'm gonna be shopping That's what I need, Joan. I need a closet hung with men. Maybe vice versa. Lights out. This is it for the rest of the show. It's a very cheap show. Is it too flattering? Thank you, Audrey. Now just shut up, dear. You can share the spotlight with me. No. Lights up, Joan. I like it better. Well, that's for people from New York City visiting San Francisco to make them kind of apartment sick. Put on your slumming clothes and get in a car. Let's go sightseeing where the high-toned people are. Come on, there's lots of fun in store for you. See how the other half lives on Park Avenue. Let's go slumming. Take me slumming. Let's go slumming on Park Avenue. Let us hide behind a pair of fancy glasses and make faces when a member of the classes passes. Let's go smelling where they're dwelling. Mirrors, please. Sniffing everything the way they do. So let's go to it. They do it. Why can't we do it too? Let's go slumming, nose thumbing on Park Avenue. Dance. I try, dear. You people back there are missing all of my fancy footwork. Oh, I know I needed help. I called up Tommy Toon. Oh, he left for Shangri-La. He turned me over to Bob Fosse, you see, who turned me over to Hal Prince, who turned me over to Michael Bennett, who turned me over. I'm lucky to be here tonight. I really am. Let's go smelling where they're dwelling, sniffing everything the way they do. So let's go to it. They do it. Why can't we do it too? Let's go slumming, nose and humming on Park Avenue, not 42nd, on Park Avenue. The trash is gift wrapped on Park Avenue. They curb their pandas on Park Avenue. We'll be rich and famous. Not that rich. It's an original cast applause album. Go Tex. Save a little for the end. I have a weak closing, according to my proctologist. See, I think in the Navy they're called rear admirals. Is that right, Jim? See, the old jokes are the best, right? Oh, I know. And ladies and gentlemen, may I present... This is not tying in properly. Forget it, Joan. That's what I was supposed to do at the end of the number. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Joan Edgar. The moon, I can't take it. My production coordinator, Herman George. Violet Herman. You're going to look lovely. Something dropped there. Find it for me. Oh, you got it. Oh, wait a minute. One more. I remember the whole act. After 29 years, I finally remembered an act. It's a raid. Grab a dike. That's what I was saying. Sorry, well, that just slipped out. I didn't mean to say that at all. How rude. I meant to say it's a raid. Grab a levy. That was it. I was thinking of those people in Alviso. Is that where they... How did 500 Mexicans get to Alviso? In 2 canoes. 2. See, now I say the old jokes are the best, right, Joan? Thank you very much. That's right. And those screwing in the light bulb jokes, they're still in. Oh, because I said so. Uh-huh. How many interior decorators in San Francisco does it take to screw in a light bulb? Well, 3, you see. 1 to call the janitor, 1 to mix the dry martinis, and the 3rd one to look at it and say, oh, it's awesome. And what does a Jewish mother in 60 Minutes have in common? And for more people visiting from New York, when I die, I want to be cremated and my ashes strewn through Bloomingdale's so my daughter can visit me twice a week. Okay. That's good, though, about Billie Jean King. You know, she finally has a new commercial for Dikes. It's a new tennis shoe. Well, they're like Nikes, but they have a 10-inch tongue. What do I know? Can you tell that at the office tomorrow? I don't know. How does a Jewish American princess know when she's having a baby? When she drops her Perrier. What does she consider natural childbirth? Why, just going into the delivery room with no makeup. That's 10 this week, Archie. I forgot. Oh, you love these, don't you, Audrey? Of course she does. But you put on a blonde wig, darling, you become a mad, crazed person. You become Joan Kennedy. Thank God that shit's over with. I love a drink. Or Rose Kennedy. I hated her. She drove that night, you know. You're gonna need it. Rose is relaxing and resting in Hyannis Port tonight. Sounds like a high wine colonic, doesn't it? I wait. I've got all the time in the world. I'll wait. I just walk around and pose. How lovely. Who died? Oh, okay. More blonde people. Oh, Marie Antoinette. Oh, that great dainty queen of history. Marie Antoinette, not the only queen of history that lost her head over a basket. No way. Oh, Maman, I shall be Queen of France. Clump. I told her not to go. Rochester. See, that's right, that was Jack Benny. You thought it was Mary Livingston, did you, dear? Just because I'm dressed like this doesn't mean I can't do a man. Now, where would one in San Francisco go to find a virgin? What is a virgin in San Francisco? Ugly third grader. Barbara Stanwyck. Oh, in Double Indemnity. She wore that long blonde. Ugh, that was her own hair. Oh, no, Walter, no. No, Walter, not the body on the railroad track bit again. No. Or Barbara Stanwyck in Titanic. Oh, no. Oh, I don't know how to go down. I've never gone down. I mean, what will I do when I get there? No. Now she's appearing in that television series, what is it? The Horny Birds, yeah. Set in Australia. Oh, no. No, I don't know how to go down under. How will I breathe? No. Her really big one, Cattle Queen of Montana. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm going to be a cattle queen. A queen. A cattle queen. Queen, 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 queen. They took her away. They gave her the Big Valley. Which, of course, asks the question, how did a Stockton pioneer woman, 1870, where did they go to buy an all-leather slack suit? Well, they didn't even have naga hide in those days, did they? Did they? No, you don't remember. Okay. Barbara in the Big Valley. Oh, no. No, Audra, we can't lose the ranch. You've got to go out and milk those steers. Now go. Well, she lost her ranch. She couldn't keep her calves together. Well, don't overdo it, darling. That was my impression of you laughing. See, I do obscure people. I do Ilke Summers' mother for the phone company. Wunderbar. Thank you. Oh, those television commercials that go on and on and on. Oh, my God. Mrs. Olson, still in there for Folgers. She's willed her body to Folgers to be freeze-dried. The housewives are still running in. Oh, Mrs. Olson, Tom says my coffee tastes like panther piss. Ooh, yumpin' yiminy. Yeah, 'tis true. I've never tasted panther piss, but I've tasted your coffee. I must have tasted panther piss, Nancy. I should be dead. You know, those television commercials with Mrs. Olson started out so sensibly. She just had a braid, and then they added a bun, prune Danish, English muffins. She now looks like an explosion at Zim's. Or the other one. Mr. Whipple, please don't squeeze the Charmin after it's used. Jane, my darling, you're walking so bow-legged. Oh, what is it? Mary, don't ask. We ran out of Vaseline last night and had to use Imperial margarine. I've got this fucking crown between my legs. That girl didn't know the difference between Vaseline or putty. One day all her windows fell out. So sad. Mrs. Henry, what do you think of band? Well, I have this green satin dress. Didn't dare wear it till I got banned. Now I wear the dress all the time. I have to. It's stuck to my armpits. Oh, the oldies and goodies, you see. Remember 2 a.m., Terry Mann's Can't Breathe? Mommy, I can't breathe. I know, darling, I planned it that way. I was talking to my broker today, E.F. Hutton. Oh, bye, kids. Never mind. We've deviated, Joan. We have deviated from the script, and we all know that a deviant is a male diva. Want to get back to hyena sport? Judy Holliday, we forgot her. Oh, hi, Harry. How are you? You think I'm dumb or something? I know Walt Whitman made chocolates. Yeah. You know what this is, Harry? 5 of these. I gotta go, Harry. The bells are ringing. The party's over. You know, you said you made a groovy kind of love. How did I know it was with a corduroy rubber? Yeah, I know it's raining so hard. Just going back to the top of the show and checking up, like I sometimes do, Harry, to see if people are really with me. And they're not. I gotta go, Harry. Do me a favor. Drop dead. What about Carol Channing? Yes, what about Carol? I hear she's working in a bar in Daly City, is that right? Well, thank you, darlings. It's Carol. Carol Channing. Oh, that hurt. I loved it. I'm so cutesy pie I could puke. I'm a Mormon from San Francisco. I am. Brigham Young. Donnie and Marie are Mormons, but they've got to run across the state line of Utah just to say, holy shit, and run back. They do. I had a wonderful trip out here on an American Airlines jet. It was very old, though. It had Andrea Doria stamped on the fuselage. And I heard this marvelous applause before takeoff. And then I looked up, and there was Liz Taylor walking onto the jet. And then I realized no one was applauding. It was her thighs slapping together. They were. And Liza Minnelli was with us. You know, if her eyes get any wider apart, she'll hear out of them. Well, if Meryl Streep's get any closer, she'd be a chicken. And Joan Rivers was on the flight. She said, oh, I love Joan, don't you? The kind of a gal who would go to a funeral and moon the widow. And we were walking down a corridor at NBC, and there was a sign, that said wet floor. And she did. We're here with Doris Day and her sister Doodah. Little Doodah Day. I remember Doris Day before she was a virgin. Yes. It's true. We were with Shelley Winters. Well, Shelley, was put on, well, never mind, a lot of weight. Well, she decided to split from our little group and go to the Greyhound bus station. I don't know whether to be one or get on one. But she went to Lyle's, that little tattoo shop down there. She did. And the story goes, she went in and she said, Lyle, I want Robert Redford tattooed all the way down that side of my body. And I want Paul Newman tattooed all the way down that side of my body. So I guess he did. He said, Miss Winters, that'll be $400. I was passing by. She said, Carol, get your buns in here, dear. Before I give Lyle $400, tell me who these guys are. So she raised her dress. Well, darling, that is obviously Robert Redford right there. Yes, that's Robert. And there's Paul Newman way over there. That's Paul. Yes. The one in the middle is Willie Nelson. Rochester, we can't do a show without Mae West. But wait. She can't do a show without us either. Oh, Frankie and Johnny, we're Frankie and Johnny. Oh, Frankie and Johnny. Oh, Frankie and Johnny. Oh, honey. Frankie and Johnny, yeah, they were lovers. They were also hairstylists. Back home me, honey, back home. The only and the one, Miss Mae West. Take a good look. It may be your last. Frankie and Johnny were lovers. Sorry. I have San Francisco throat. Tweety bird die. Honey, this is the sacred burial ground for Tweety bird. She passed away from chirpies. Canarial disease. This isn't a wig, it's industrial strength Nair. Auga, auga. During World War II, I worked as a submarine horn. Auga. Dive, dive. Fire 1, fire 2, misfire. So much for the winds of war. With all this horsehair, foam rubber, and whalebone, I don't know whether I'm a great star or a 5-piece room group at Levitt's Warehouse. Come up and see me sometime for an occasional piece in the living room. Yeah, I really love the West. It's where men are men and the sheep know it. Some of those sheep are very aware. Bug off, man, bug off. That costume change takes a long time. You've got to remember I'm dead. I checked into heaven with a gorgeous sailor and a beautiful marine. And St. Peter said, now listen, you three, if you think dirty thoughts up here in heaven, your wings will crumple and fall off. I decided to check that out. I walked past the sailor and his wings crumpled and fell off. Good for me. But as he bent over to pick them up, the marine's wings crumpled and fell off. I was at the wrong gate. Quel dommage. Quel dommage. I was 15 before I learned French was a language. Check my steel-belted radial tire up here. That's right, we were very poor when I was a child. Ooh. Every time I go past a fire hydrant, that side goes up. I may do a mini-series on the return of Lassie. I don't know, honey. That's right. We were very poor when I was a child. I had to run naked around the house until I was 15. And then Mother bought me a hat so I could look out the window. It was a picture window. That's how dumb she was. Oh, I love San Francisco. I went to a gay 90s party last night. All the men were gay and all the women were 90. They wanted us to play strip poker. I didn't mind stripping, but when I found out what they were using for pokers, I left. Frankie and Johnny will love her. I hope you like the necklace. It's where rhinestones go to die. Honey, those trousers are tight. You must have to shave your legs to get into them. I can see your religion. He's a Christian Scientist. He thinks it's big. Right. Keep thinking, honey. Keep thinking. I was in Las Vegas a few weeks ago. I was beautifully attired, of course, in my Orson Welles designer jeans. They're the ones with the elephant insignia on the back. I was sitting at the bar, and the bartender at the Sahara Hotel said, Miss West, how do you get into those? Oh, I said, you can start by buying me a drink. I was enjoying myself. I was smoking away. Dale Evans came in. Miss Happy Trails. You could see them on her face. Ooh, there's a happy trail. Ooh, look at that unhappy trail. Ooh, that cul-de-sac. It's got to go. She caught me smoking. She said, you know, Miss West, I'd rather commit oral gratification than smoke in public. Ooh, I said, so would I. No contende, honey, no contende. That's Perry Mason lawyer talk, honey. No contende. Ted Kennedy's lawyers, Diner, Dicker, and Dunker. Grazie, de nada, por favor. I feel very ethnic tonight. Honey, I wish you'd inhale. We're not electing a gay pope that I know of. The last one didn't know if God was divine or fabulous. Frankie and Johnny were lovers. My music, honey, tinkling in the background. I love it already. How do you find an old man in the dark? It ain't hard. Guess you've gathered now that Tex and I are a duo. My horse and carriage are waiting. I should expect to be ridden home after the show, honey. It's a good line. I love it. Sensual and kinky. Now the difference there is sensual is with the tip of the feather, and kinky is with the whole chicken. Send me a barnyard. My definition of a perfect lover, a man who can love you until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then turn into a pizza. And look like Mama Leone, whatever her name is. Maggie and Johnny will love her. Oh, you're just waiting for me to sing my song, aren't you, honey? I've always said that sex is like bridge. If you don't have a good partner, you better have a good hand. That's right. That is the ultimate rejection when that hand goes to sleep. That's why I'm wearing no-dose nail polish. I'm ready to do my song. Hit it, Joni. You gotta see your mama every night. You gotta see your mama. You gotta kiss your mama. My uvula constricted. Help me. Oh, no. I don't want your company if you can't 50 minutes. You gotta see your mama every night. You can't see your mom at all. I'm sorry. Now I know why they're called chokers. You gotta see your mama every night. You can't see your mama. You gotta kiss it all the night. She won't be home when you call. Not at all. I don't want your company. Oxygen. The Cyril Magnan oxygen mask, please. Forget Teddy. Oh, honey, my goiter slipped. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't know that drug was going to hit so fast and so hard. I loved it. I'm on heavy drugs right now. I ate a pharmacist earlier today. I tried snorting coke and almost drowned. It was Diet Coke. Tried smoking pot, the handle caught in my throat. I was in the hospital for days. The doctor said, have patience. I said, honey, I've had every patient on the floor. That's right, I was a head nurse at Davies. I got fired because of dirty knees. Speaking of on your knees, honey, the Munchkins are rehearsing tomorrow. Toto, get down, get down. I can't stand a dog that humps your leg. Get down, Toto, get down. Your mama every night. Hot rollers. You can be pretty too. I did this number for the boys in San Quentin prison a few weeks ago. Oh, I love them. They loved me. I loved the warden. The warden loved me. The boys loved the warden loved the boys. What an afternoon. Even Eyewitness Newsreel was there. I said, Warden, May's back on Earth. Honey, I'm E.T.'s sister. E.Z. And Warden, I'd like to see a hardened criminal. Hyannis port. Not you, Warden, honey. Took me 2 weeks to crawl back across the bridge, and I was still singing my little ditty. Oh, you gotta see your mama every night. Oh, you're still thinking. See this face, honey? It's leaving town in 5 minutes. Be on it. Oh, you can't see your mama. Big ending at all. Oh, Ziegfeld, eat your heart out. And take me home the long way through Vallejo. Ole, ole, oh. Oh, it was nothing, Audrey, nothing. Grazie, grazie, grazie. Oh, yes, we all know Her Royal Majesty has long come and gone. But the melody lingers on. What wonderful times she had. Receptions, formal dinners, and what queen had the De Young Museum's men's room all to themselves? And then didn't use it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an instant replay of Her Royal Majesty's visit to our city by the bay. Elizabeth, the Queen, in San Francisco.
I, Queen of the British Empire, and what's left of it, am very happy to be here in rather gay San Francisco, where I'm told only the bridge is straight. And the traffic lights flash their delightful colors of lavender and lime. And read, walk, don't walk, scamper. I'm glad you liked that. Just my quaint sense of British humor, showing you that I, Betty Windsor, am a human being, but a real queen. How many of you out there can say that? My reason for being here is twofold. Spindle and mutilate. More UK humor. That's United Kingdom, not yuck. I am here to tell you of my foreign affairs. Oh, the palace intruder wasn't all bad, you know. From that incident you learned that my husband, the Duke, and I share separate bedchambers. Protocol requires he walk 3 feet behind me. Consequently, I haven't seen my husband in 20 years. Oh, all that clinking of metals and clanking of armor could be anyone. Also, I am here to see my dressmakers in Pasadena, the House of Dowdy, and my plastic surgeon in Hayward for the removal of my pocketbook from my fingers. You all seem interested in the contents of my pocketbook. I reveal them to you now, or maybe it. I have here all the money in the world. My American Express card. I never leave the castle without it. Well, if a queen can't have fun, why be a queen? Now wait, here I have a pound of imperial margarine. I know the difference between Vaseline and putty. But one day my drawbridge fell down. No matter. It meant nothing. I just was having fun again. Being a queen. Oh, my disposable toilet seat covers. Of gold and ermine. So sad to see them flushed away. But there they go. Away go troubles down the drain. Just having fun. Why don't you take more? I have to go now. My ankles are swelling. My queenly ankles. You know, I never really cared for Nancy Reagan. Especially after she served me pre-fried beans in Santa Barbara. She didn't get the yacht trip, did she? Oh! And I don't care for the St. Francis Hotel. Not at all. Why, the walls are tissue paper thin. A woman in the next suite must have been madly in love with 007. All night long I heard her screaming, "Ooh, Roger Moore! Ooh, Roger Moore!" Just like that. And Nancy must have been upset with Ronald in the next suite. She kept screaming, "Moron! Moron!" You know, as I stood next to Mr. Reagan in the assembly line at the De Hong Museum, I noticed that his hair was not dyed, but prematurely orange. It's his face that is dyed. A long time ago. Well, the children are down under. Princess Anne is racing at Ascot under the name of Mr. Ed. Prince Andrew has given up that dreadful person named Coo, whose last name was Coo. That would not have been right. Princess Cuckoo. The press called my daughter-in-law lovely, charming, good wife and a good mother. I call her snippy, snotty, a brat and a bitch. If I didn't know she liked it, I'd suggest a good spanking with a birch branch. You go to your castle, I'll go to mine. After the marriage, Princess Di and I were motoring through the countryside of London. Oh, don't give the ending away, please. If you know it. This is my true life adventure. We were motoring along. We were held up by two highwaymen. The first one said, "Princess Diana, we want your famous engagement ring." And she said,
Oh, I never wear my jewelry in the country.
Isn't it frightening what fear does to the vocal cords? The second highwayman said to me, "Queen, Your tiara. I said, I never wear my jewelry in the country. Did you notice my voice? I wasn't afraid. So they took the Bentley and roared off into the night. I turned to Princess Di. I said, dear, when we left London, you were wearing the ring. Now, where did you put it? And she said, she inserted it between her legs. Oh, you jest. Comma, I said. She said, where did you put the tiara? No jesting there, dear. I'm no dizzy queen. And then she rather amused me when she said, pity Margaret Rose wasn't with us. We might have saved the Bentley.
Miss Katharine Hepburn. Katharine, at the very moment, is scampering down Polk Street because the traffic lights told her to. Actually, no one notices Katharine. She isn't new wave. She's more outgoing tide. In a scene from one of her truly great movies, Miss Katharine Hepburn.
Hello. I am going to do a scene for you. Boy, am I going to do a scene for you. From Lion in winter and Pussy in summer. I can't tell you what happened in the fall, but it might as well be spring. And spring it is. My gala lilies are in bloom again. Quite strange, I planted eucalyptus trees. Didn't you ever hear calla lilies before? The calla lilies are in bloom again, a strange flower. I carried them on my wedding day, and here I place them in memory of something that has died. That's right from the picture. But not Lion in winter, stage door. Cher, dear, would you please stand there? Thank you. Back to the five and dime with you, Jimmy Dean, Jimmy Dean. Hello. We're acting silly tonight, aren't we? Lion in winter. I remember that was set in the year 1132, an era of drabness and dullness. Why, no one was gay. They were glum. Imagine, dear, going to your first glum bar. Mother saying, have a glum time, be home early. Get it, dear? You do, don't you? In the picture, I played the part of Eleanor of Roosevelt, which was... Didn't think I was going to do it tonight, did you, dear? They give her a light for this line. Eleanor of Roosevelt. Yes, dear?
Eleanor of Aquitaine.
Of course. Right on, Lady Joan. Eleanor of Aquitaine. Oh, I remember Eleanor Roosevelt. Franklin, dear, come out of the water. You'll catch your death of polio. Come. That one. Franklin, if you can have a mistress, so can I. You've forgotten the book. Maybe you forgot Eleanor Roosevelt.
I was Eleanor of Aquitaine. I was married to King Henry of Surrey with the fringe on top. And isinglass curtains you can roll right down in case there's a change in the weather. That was his full title. He was a bisexual, liked sex twice a year. I was cinco-sexual. 5 people in a sink and you are cooking. Right. And if you really want to live dangerously, you put the disposal unit on. Remember that scene in the picture? Line in winter, I held up my jewels. I said I will hang them from the nipples, but it would upset the children. And I did. And they weren't. What's a mother to do? Fuck the kids, I'd say. I'm taking my wimple off. There. Now, if anyone has ever said that in public, I am taking my wimple off. Now I'm John Wayne. Hello, Pilgrim. Thank you. I do impressions, too. Did you like that one? Hello, Pilgrim. That was John Wayne. We were on a raft in the Colorado River going God knows where. And I was with Humphrey Bogart on The Old African Queen. No one you'd know. Haven't seen Johnny Mathis in years. Gone. We have a constipated cobra back there. Or gas escaping from the radiator. Last I saw of Johnny, he fell into a vat of porcelana. He's now working as Slim Whitman somewhere. Whitcomb, I don't know. I can't keep up with that. That was my wedding ring. Then I lost weight, and King Henry saw it laying around the castle and asked if he could use it. You have to know what I'm talking about to know what I'm talking about. You may go, Cher. Oh, I know, we're acting very strange tonight. As someone said, the moon is almost full. I was thinking of that picture that I did with Liz Taylor suddenly last summer. I wanted to give Elizabeth Taylor a prefrontal lobotomy, but I couldn't find the zipper on her ass. I had a house in New Orleans. Everybody did. I had a son who was gay in New Orleans. Everybody did. How gay was Sebastian, someone may query. You may ask. He had had his entire body tattooed as a Gucci bag. Now that's pretty damn gay. Every day around 4 o'clock, Sebastian and I would have a 5 o'clock daiquiri. That's a small New Orleans lesbian. They're about that high. They look like that man on Fantasy Island walking away from you.
Hi, boss. The plane's coming.
My John Wayne's better, I think. Little Harvey Vichy Soir. He looked up at me at a party one time. He said, "You know, Miss Hepburn." Ooh, that startled me right there. That big voice coming from that little thing. "You know, Miss Hepburn, I'd love to make love to you." I looked down and down. I said, "If you do and I ever hear about it." Hors d'oeuvres. Got him right in the eyes. Glass menagerie. Do you remember that? I had another strange child. I had Laura. God, she was dumb. How dumb was she? I'm going to tell you. Wild tricks couldn't keep me from telling you. Laura was dumb. She'd be doing crossword puzzles, filling in the black spaces. That's how dumb. She thought euthanasia was students visiting Tokyo. Ugly. Laura was the ugliest. I took her to the seaside one time. She went in the water and shrimp attacked her. As a child, I had to get drunk to play with her. Oh. She would walk into a room and mice would jump up on chairs. I
actually had to put blinders on her dildo. Yes. I suppose you'd like to know what a dildo is, wouldn't you, dear? A dildo is a pickled deer, silly. Never mind. Thank you, dear. The Queen didn't know what was going on. It's Polly. I'm going to just relax and sit up here on the piano for a while. Well, thank you, darling. Thank you. Yes, I work on them. You see, but you must never break wind in your pantyhose. The bubbles run down your legs and blow your shoes off. You know that. My thought for today. I think I'll do that number that I did last night, dear. I may replace Ann Miller in Sugar Babies. Things are going on backstage you wouldn't believe. Her makeup fell off today and killed Mickey Rooney. Oh, you know, her makeup comes off. Her head's that big. At MGM, we'd say, here comes Garbanza Miller. Wears that wig, you know, with the 6-foot wave in the front. And a surfer on top of that. Oil slick and dead birds coming in from all sides. It's horrible. I'm ready, dear. I'm going to do this number from Patti Page's repertoire. That doggy in the window was just her reflection, you know. Hello, Pilgrim. Is it getting better? Is my John Wayne getting better? Hello, Pilgrim. I don't know. I think I'll do Ilky Summers' mother for the phone company. I'm ready, dear. I'm sorry. It's just the calla lilies are in bloom again and behind me for a change. Hello. This is from my picture on Goldie Hawn. Did you think those were real, dear? Costume jewelry. Did you think those are... My hands that are costume jewelry. Those are real. Just one quick look. Thank you. Well, we need a scissors to cut that thread, Mr. Costume Coordinator. I'm ready. If you're deaf from traffic and city noise on the good ship Lollipop, can't make your mind up if it's girls or boys, then pack a sack and head for Golden Pond. Oh, look, it's Norman over there flashing her bulbs. It's Norman in the strawberry patch. Run, Norman, run. You old poop. If you're deaf from traffic. Oh, wait a minute, dear. We've gotten ahead of ourselves, yes. If you're... I don't have to be cute. I know the line, I think. Oh, I know. I can louse up. I was a reject from Over Easy. If your mind is going... I've got it. And you're under stress, just find some weeds and get undressed. You're loved a skinny dip on gold. Why, look, it's Jane Fonda. She's doing her famous backflip off the diving board. Show us your well-toned, lovely, muscled body. Swimming nude can make you feel so neat. And what's dangling, the fish won't eat. Maybe Walter, that trout they were trying to find, remember, with Lips by Morgan Fairchild. Someone get a hook. Church bells chiming on a Sunday noon remind me that it is time to call the loon. Remember, 4 hours in that picture. Loon! Come, precious loon. Loon! I went through 4 sets of lips. Abby Rentz finally called up and said, we're not sending any more. Shoot the goddamn bird. If you're fond of smooching, big ending, and you're with someone,
Romance by moonlight can be lots of fun. Let's all go suck face. You didn't see the picture. Down on Golden. You know, when you have 4 Academy Awards, you can do any fucking thing you want. I'm coming, Norman. I'm coming. Thank you, Joni, dear. Do we have time for Betty Davis? Does Betty Davis have time for us? Bet your sweet ass I do. Ladies and gentlemen from Hollywood, 427 miles away, where it should be, comes that luminescent star we all know and love, Miss Betty Davis. Thank you. Then you know who I am. How nice. Really nice. Neurotic. What makes you think I'm neurotic? I've never been so relaxed. I took a Valium 2 years ago. A big Valium. I should like to do a scene for you from all of my films. We might be here until Shelley Winters dies of anorexia. Poor Shelley. How awful for poor Shelley. I caught her shopping at Woolworths the other day for stretch jewelry. She has her own zip code. How would one have sex with Shelley? Roll her in flour, look for a wet spot. Just a suggestion. I didn't say you had to go for it. I think I'd like a drink. To hell with Shell. Who is on tonight that could bring me? Why, it's Heidi. Très chic. Thank you. We'll do the act, dear. No need to mumble. Heidi. Ever been this close to so much makeup before? Only at home, thank you. It's dripping! Get it to the city clinic! All these horrors that are going around. I remember AIDS when it was a chocolate. It's all going too fast. Always trying to trick me, aren't you, Heidi? Look at that. Memories. I ate mine. And I still have the box it came in. You know what that is? A catheter for Miss Piggy. And these are nail clippings from Barbara Streisand. Is that true? Barbara Streisand is Barry Manilow in drag. Have you ever seen them together? You have? I'll get back to that. Darling, I've got to hustle a cigarette. I left mine in the machine. Thank you. A cigarette pour moi. Thank you. A hair... Oh, from my wig. Wondered how that could get on my lower lip. I mean, real. Ah! Oh, that hurt. This really isn't a wig. I have loose scalp. Thank you, Herbert. Would you light it for me? Ah! Careful. Remember the Hindenburg. I could blast off to East Orange, New Jersey like that. One more time, Herbert. Great stars do not bend over. Maybe we do. That's how we got to be great stars. I'll have that drink now. I drink only to pass away the time until I get drunk. They say I have a drinking problem. Ha! I have no problem drinking at all. And there's that damn hair again. I'm going to get it. If it takes us all night, I'll use words with vowels so we'll have a long show. I was thinking of that picture that I did with her, Miss Joan Crawford. The picture was Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. It's on Channel 4 every day at 5. Or is it every day at 5 on Channel? Doesn't matter. Thank you, Herbert. Help. Maybe on Channel 20, where they have those dogs. A mangy-looking thing called Katie from Miss Hepburn. Something called Mow de Lawn. Bashka. There is one called Bashka. Little in thing just for me. Joan Crawford, I think you've forgotten, Joan. I really do. Oh, Jane, look. There's an old dead bird here on my tea tray. If you would take the fucking wire hangers out of your mouth, I could hear you. Of course it's dead. What would it be? Alive? You've forgotten the picture. Joan Crawford was Blanche Hudson. She was sick, she was old, she was tired. She was sick and tired of being old. She was in a wheelchair, tough. I was baby Jane Hudson. I was a child star, but I grew up with great big tits and I had to get out of the business. They couldn't even find a dress big enough for me at Lerner's. I had to take care of her. That's a tongue sandwich. Eat it. Oh, Jane, you're so cruel. I never eat anything out of an animal's mouth. Maybe you'd like some eggs. I don't like hickeys either. Oh, Jane, if only you'd compliment me just once in a while. Compliment you? Ha! I'd rather sew a red sequin on a rat's ass. If you're looking for sympathy, you can find it right in the dictionary. It's between shit and suicide. And I wish to hell you'd do one or the other. Blanche, remember the time I was real good to you and I took you to San Francisco up Highway 5 before it was open? Remember, Blanche, I took you to the top of Lombard Street, that crookedy little tourist street, and I gave you a big push. Your spiked jogging tennies digging in the concrete. Her lips did a U-turn around the Coy Tower and headed off towards Oakland. How horrible for them. Oh. Remember what happened next, Miss Out-of-Work actress? Do you? A seagull flew right overhead and did doo-doo all over your face. You look like 4 feet of Italian wedding cake. Oh, I remember. I said, run, Jane, quickly. Get the toilet paper. What are you talking about, Blanche? By the time I got back, that bird's ass would be halfway across the Pacific. You wouldn't treat me this way if I wasn't a cripple in a wheelchair. We'll do the line together. As long as we all must do it. I take 3 steps that way. Slowly I turn. Then we do the line. One more time, Blanche. Oh, Jane. You wouldn't treat me this way if I wasn't a cripple in a wheelchair. Now we've got to do it all over again. 1, 2, 3. But you are, Blanche. You are. Mine's bigger. Doesn't mean we can't talk about it later, Herbert. And there's a phone call for you in the lobby. Office Prince Valiant back as Margot Channing. You know, you can buy these wigs on Market Street, but you can't find anyone old enough who remembers the set. I have to call Diane Feinstein every Monday. How are you doing it this week, Diane? She's still on hot rollers and dippity-doo-doo. Margot Channing in All About Eve. Oh, I remember. It was 1950, I think. I was sitting in my dressing... Why did you laugh, dear? Do you remember the year? Also? sitting in my dressing room in New York, and I received a telegram. It said, "Kisses on your opening." Signed, Tallulah Bankhead. She's dead, but she won't lie down. How did she die? Someone threw water on her. Margot Channing, I remember the scene I had with Celestial Home. Sounds like a retirement village, doesn't it? Oh, Celeste Home. She was Karen. We were out in the countryside, and I remember she drained the gas tank so I, Margot, would be late arriving at the theater. And my understudy, Eve, would go on. I can't tell you how she drained the gas tank, but her breath smelled of low lead. Magic markers were better. We got rather chummy. To save energy, I lowered the lights on the dashboard. I had a very large dashboard. Thank you. I always travel with a spotlight outside the car and a pianist in the back seat. That's Connecticut rich. We got rather chummy and let our hair down. She took it off. It was horrible. Looked like Yul Brynner. He's always the first one on the block to know when it rains. What does he do, sent out for dandruff? She'd been using some kind of a thing called Charles Antel Formula number 9. One hair had come in. It weighed 250 pounds. Had a coiled like a radiator around it. Looked like Turhan Bay. And Yul Brynner. And that's not easy. I remember I turned to Karen and I said, "You know, Karen, funny business, a woman's career. The things you drop on your way up the ladder so you can move faster. You forget you'll need them again when you get back to being a woman. One thing all females have in common is being a woman. Sooner or later, we're going to have to work at it. Whether we like it or not, no matter how many other careers we've had or wanted. And in the last analysis, nothing matters. Unless you can look up just before dinner or turn around in bed, and there he is. Without that, you're not a woman. You're something with a French provincial office or a book full of clippings. But you're not a woman. Slow curtain. The end. Thank you. Of course, that was written 33 years ago. And 33 years ago, I had the most wonderful tail party in Hollywood for Tallulah Bankhead. How did Tallulah die? I've explained that to you. She drank a lot. The only blood test in town that ever came back with an olive. Her voice sounded like a foot being pulled from a bucket of yogurt. She came into the party. I hadn't seen her in years. Yipe! My God, Tallulah, your skin, you've outlived it. You look like you were born on a chenille bedspread.
Well, what is it, darling? What the fuck was I born on, darling? Darling, I can't see where I'm going, darling. Is this Betty's face? I don't know.
Ah! I need moisturizer. Wood filler. Caulking. Let's be butch. Paneling. Tallulah, Tallulah, Tallulah. Your mother called you Tallulah because she couldn't spell.
Jesus Christ, darling. Betty's got her Lana Turner Johnny stomping out a knife right up my ass tonight.
What a hell of a cab ride that was.
From Fire Island to Pasadena. Through the House of Dowdy and on to Sausalito. I'm sorry, darling. Nah. Cost me $85,000. I had to tip the driver with my body. That bastard gave me change.
Betty, darling, I certainly wouldn't talk about Shelley Winters putting on weight. I hope you have group insurance.
Double indemnity, darling.
What are you talking about, Tallulah? I have the body of a 16-year-old girl.
Well, you ought to give it back. You're wrinkling the shit out of it.
Love your dress. Always did. You know, Tallulah, I'm glad I've got weight on my bones. I passed your house yesterday. You must have been sunbathing out in the patio. Vultures were circling overhead.
That's right, darling. I saw you swirling and swooping. On your broomstick spelling out, surrendered or they...
Ha, ha, ha. Very funny. We are amused. Tallulah, there's dandruff all around your ankles. You're not wearing panties, are you?
No. Letting it all hang out tonight, darling. Betty, darling, I've got to have a drink over here. Here we are, darling. To my great-granddaddy, darling. Cornhole Bankhead was so marvelous. Cornhole Bankhead, darling. Drank a quart of scotch every day of his life, and the day he died, we had to take a stick and beat his liver to death. And I don't drink water. Fish fucking it. I'll have another one. Don't you wish you could do that at your work? But, darling, I must have another cigarette, darling. Well, we'll put that out.
I'm over here. I have a line.
Never mind, darling. Just sit tight. Sit tight, Betty. We'll get back to you after a while. You should go on that diet that I sent you, meat and fish. You do know the difference, don't you, darling? If you beat your fish, it'll die.
Scuzzy! God, you're such a smart ass. I'll bet you could sit on an ice cream cone and tell me the flavor. I'll accept it for Betty.
Thank you.
Who am I doing? Oh, no, I don't know how to go down. I've never dropped. Oh, no.
Where are we, darling? I've got to do my number. Betty will hang me up over there, darling. I've got... Everyone is sitting on this piano. I am going to sit on this piano.
Oh, I need air.
Air, darling. Now, you know, like 7-Eleven, I'm open 24 hours a day. This is a number that I... Betty, would you just stand over there, darling? With Cher. A number I did on the Titanic. Everyone was going down. Some people were drowning.
Oh, no, I wasn't going down. I don't know how to go down. I don't know what I... Oh, Barbara, will you fuck off? Jesus Christ.
Cole Porter and I were fighting over the last steward on board. I think she got him, I'm not sure. And this was a number that I was doing with Joni, darling. There you are, Joni, darling. She's 105 years old. Isn't it marvelous what plastic surgery can do? I have had an entire body lift. I'm not speaking with my mouth. I sit down and yawn. Well, the other day I uncrossed my legs and burped. So embarrassing, I was shopping at Color Foods. Without a basket. People were confused. I'm ready, darling. You give me an arpege by Lanvin. Choreography by no one.
Whee! Got your picture.
Oh, well, anyway. It's an instant Kodak, darling. Stick around for a minute. We'll get it developed. Well, I think it's developing now. I'm not sure. I'm ready. A marijuana toke that leaves no traces. An old bus ticket to the Belmont races. The night we sniff the gloom of these foolish things remind me of you, Jim, darling. The giggles coming from the next apartment.
Oh, Roger Moore.
The penicillin shot at the health department. I had to get one too. These foolish things remind me of you, Ted. You came, thank God. You saw. You conquered me. I adore being conquered, don't you, darling? Oh, I saw those whips and chains and paper clips and rubber bands. That was all right, but my God, darling, when the St. Bernard showed up with a Lifetime magazine subscription, what the hell was all that about? The day you left was a complete disaster. You left the toilet seat up. Ah, you bastard. I fell into the loo. Oh, Christ, alabaster is so cold at the end of March. These are foolish, are they? Tallulah, enough. Give us a break. You know, you've got a great voice, Tallulah, for calling hogs. And here you are. To remind me of... hit it, Joni. Are you... This is not a blood bank. All right, I'm hurrying.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Pierce.
The Mertzes want a four-way. Fred, yes. Ethel, ugh. I don't know. No more wigs, Jane, please. You've been a great audience, and on behalf of the entire cast, which happens to be me, fumble, fumble, I think you should applaud yourselves. And say hello to Jim Abbott, our San Francisco, Los Angeles producer, my darling. Thank you.
Say hello to Miss Audrey Holmes, who appeared with me in Applause a few years ago as Eve Harrington. There you are, darling. I don't think they can get through to you tonight, darling. I said, I don't think they can get through. There's something about a pillar that has to be moved before we can see you. We'll have the pillar removed almost immediately, darling. People do want to know, you see, what I look like under all of this. A simple Bank of America teller. A woman teller, of course. Our show has been an illusion. You know that, Audrey. Just an illusion. Want to buy an illusion? Slightly used, second-hand. Such romantic illusions, reaching high, built on sand. They have a touch of paradise, a spell you can't explain. For in this crazy kind of paradise, you are in love again. Want to buy an illusion, slightly used, just like new. Such romantic illusions, they were done, now they're through. We played them all for laughs. It was strictly ingenue. So take an illusion, all for fun and all just for you. Christina, Mommy dearest has your bathwater ready. I've had it boiling for 2 years. All together now. No more wire hangers ever! Which I think means, oh no, I don't know how to go down. I've never gone down. What will I do when I get there? Admiral Bull Halsey here. I run a tight ship in this Navy, and you better have buns to match. Outfits like this lost the war. We were having so much fun we couldn't shoot anyone. Well, I'm so cutesy pie I could pew. Little Gloria, happy at last.
Miss Scarlett, I don't know nothing about birthing babies.
Oh, no.
I was a teenage stewardess on the space shuttle. And then some idiot opened the fucking window.
Joni, we've got to go. That's it. Play me home.
Charles Pierce.
A special hello to Mr. Gary Schneider, who is videotaping our show for the Alameda fan club of Charles Pierce and Eyewitness Newsreel. Ladies and gentlemen, my tech groupies, may I present Archie Webb on Sight and Sound, Peter Still on Spotlight, my production coordinator, Herman George. That man is wearing a bra. And our lady with the 10 flying fingers and feet, who else but Miss Joan Edgar? Another bow for our Joan, who does her impression of Vanessa Redgrave. Thank you, Joan Edgar. See, and this is the beginning of our 8th week. We're all going bananas. I am out of my gourd right now. I may go to Pam Pam dressed like this. Where is that waitress that says, "Hi, Charlie, want some steak soup?" Yolanda. I'm one of the boys who's one of the girls. I wear my hair short. I wear it in curls. Hey, I can be campy. I can be straight. We'll talk about that later, Audrey. Sometimes I'm even my very own date. Not tonight, Charles. You have a headache. In spite of the dress, the finesse, and the poise. Ever been this close to an open grave before? I'm one of the girls who's really one of the BOYSGIRLS. Good night. And Tex, whose real name is Ben, but I know that.